Live. We are live on the internet, streaming to the thousands and the millions and the billions watching at home. Ladies and gentlemen, I am joined by the guy, Brenden, in the house. Brenden, how are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Brenden is doing good. We also have Jimmy in the house. Jimmy, how are you doing?
Doing good. Yourself?
No takeout box today. Jimmy, thank you for Jesus. Thank you for asking, Jimmy. I'm doing okay. I'm doing all right. I'm doing solid. You know why I'm doing solid? Because the Pittsburgh Steelers, we won another game. And not only did we win, but a lot of the other AFC North teams lost. And since this is a Steelers channel, we're going to kick it off with the Pittsburgh Steelers. As you can see, we run the AFC North. The Steelers 3-1, Bengals 2-2, Ravens 1-3, Browns 1-3. The Ravens being 1-3, I imagine that's something we're going to talk about more in depth in a little bit. As on this channel, begrudgingly, we were kind of high on the Ravens coming into the season. I think everybody was, kind of high on the Ravens. And my mic is really quiet. Nobody bothered to tell me. It should be better now. It's a good thing I remembered.
It's loud now.
Now it's loud. It's loud as fuck.
Yeah.
My bad. Should I turn it down?
Would be nice.
Would be nice.
Just a little.
Just a smidge. All right. Fuck it. We're gonna go with that. But yes, the Steelers 3-1 got the dub in Ireland. How did you guys feel about the game?
It was very good.
It was very good.
Yes, very good. All the Steelers.
I kind of wish we didn't let them come back a little bit at the end there, but for a solid 3.5 quarters, that was the team I thought we were gonna see. Like that is the as the Super Bowl contender Steelers right there. Like the defense was defensing, the offense did its thing. Like that's it's exciting to think possibly maybe it's coming together.
Mm-hmm. Maybe it is coming together. Jimmy, what did you think about the game?
I watched the whole game. And actually, didn't sleep through it this time. Thought the game was good all the way around. I used to pass that around like third quarter because we don't do anything third quarter. But good game all around. Love seeing our defense actually step up.
Mm-hmm.
Even offense played really well. The run blocking was amazing. Pass blocking always needs improvement, but run blocking was a lot better. I saw some people hyping up Kenneth Gainwell.
Yeah, Kenneth Gainwell.
Yeah.
Your man's.
Jaylen Warren would have done the same thing, so even better, I think. So
yeah, I think Jaylen Warren would have. Jaylen Warren probably would have went a little crazier. But it was still very encouraging to see Kenneth Gainwell kind of, do his thing. 2 touchdowns. I want to say he had maybe 100 yards, if not just short. But it was also pretty good in the receiving department as well. And I'm gonna talk about the receiving department in a second. But I think the most encouraging thing, not only the defense, right? We're gonna start with the defense because Carson Wentz has been known to kind of sling the ball. Jordan Addison, we talked about it. He made his return for the Minnesota Vikings and played pretty good. There was one play in particular where we had a bit of a blown coverage, and Jordan Addison low-key should have housed it. But Peyton Wilson, he put on his running boots, his running cleats, and he tracked him down. And I think, with the way our defense has been playing, Peyton Wilson has been kind of taking it from the media per se. Derek Harmon, he's somebody who obviously he's a rookie. He was a first-round pick. He was looked at as the guy who was going to, really help us in terms of stopping the run. And I thought it was a little overblown, right? Like for how bad the defense was playing to be like, once this rookie comes in, like we're going to, really do good on defense, especially with us being the highest paid defense. For us to put that much like hype and what I want to say, importance, that much like, credibility in Derek Harmon, I thought was a little much. We also got Deshaun Elliott back as well, who immediately made an impact. He had an interception. But with Derek Harmon out there, with Deshaun Elliott back, the defense to me really stepped up. We were also down Joey Porter Jr. We haven't had him in a few weeks. But the defense absolutely played fantastic. Once again, as Brenden mentioned, would have been nice to close the game out a little bit stronger than what we did because the score was not vindicative to the game at all. Like we had the game the entire time, besides And you really don't even have to count the last of it, like unless, you're just being I don't want to say like a petty Steelers fan or whatever. We had it the whole time. Like we were never really going to lose the game. We were never in a position to lose the game. But when you have, the defense playing the way it is and the offense, we were absolutely running the ball down the Minnesota Vikings throat. And, shout out to the Vikings. That's my second team. And then you have splash plays like this. I don't have many plays up from the game, but everybody's seen it by now. DK Metcalf. I was sleeping on DK Metcalf. Like, obviously, this guy has been one of the better receivers in the NFL for a while. But it's still just shocking to me to see, like, how big he is and how fast he is. We saw him run down Budda Baker that one time. Oh, look at Aaron Rodgers' tattoo. We saw him do that one time. But it's just something you have to, like, see to believe, and someone you have to have on your team to really understand. And something else about this, right? You guys can see Calvin Austin down here. He's, like, doing some downfield blocking. And if he doesn't do that, then that's a touchdown. And we talk about our wide receivers all day long. We talk about how shitty they are. We talk about how much we need a wide receiver too. We talk about how we have no weapons. We talk all this smack about our wide receivers. But Calvin Austin, obviously he came. I want to say he missed, or did he get hurt in this game?
Yeah.
I know he got hurt eventually, like later in the game, but were we missing him last week? Or has he been hurt at all this season? I'm not sure. I feel like we have been missing him, but maybe I'm just sleeping. But Calvin Austin, to me, has really stepped up. We talked about Kenneth Gainwell. He did his thing in Jaylen Warren's absence. And what we want to do, we really want to run the football. Like that's going to be our whole thing. We really want to run the football. And that was something we were able to do, just like we were able to play defense as well. Those are the two things that the Pittsburgh Steelers live and die on. And we got both things accomplished, right? And obviously a very early game, 9:30 in the morning. We were out here, though. We were out here. We did our thing. And we're 3-1, as I mentioned. Sole leaders of the AFC North. Now, it was really positive. We're kind of meat riding the Steelers. It's the Steelers channel. By the way, new setup. I'm going to, get my jerseys back on the walls. Like I want like a jersey here and a jersey here. Like I want to build it up, right? But I kind of do want to talk about the whole wide receiver thing because we're 3-1, right? The Cincinnati Bengals, they are likely going to be without Joe Burrow for forever. I think we've been talking about that now for weeks, and they're kind of dead, right? And the Baltimore Ravens, Lamar Jackson, he goes out with an injury as they get kind of stomped by the Chiefs. The Chiefs get Xavier Worthy back. That was maybe a slept-on addition. Or Xavier Worthy and what's his name? Rashee Rice. I don't believe he's back yet. Worthy got hurt like week 1. He had Kelsey run into him, or was that right?
Yeah, that was Rice. He's suspended.
Rice is still suspended.
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay. Well, the Kansas City Chiefs, they get Worthy back and like all of a sudden look like a football team. But the Ravens, they don't play any defense. But we'll talk about that in a little bit. We'll talk about the Ravens in a second. But just more so, the Steelers in this position, right? We're 3-1. We're feeling relatively good about the season. The only things that like we can point to is the Steelers of old, like what we typically do down the stretch, what we typically do at the end of every season. And so you're probably smart to be kind of weary of this team. Like it's probably the right thing to do. Like if history tells it. Is that coughing, Jimmy? Hold on, Jimmy. Just keep in mind, maybe some people are going to watch this in the past. It is 12:45, 12:46 maybe. Is that Starbucks? Dunkin'. Let me tell you guys, quick little side tangent. Starbucks has what we call a brown sugar shaken espresso. Let me tell you, I've been fucking those up. What's that? What's your coffee order, Jimmy?
What did you just say? It's a small brown sugar shaken espresso.
That's a brown sugar shaken espresso from Dunkin'. Is it good?
Oh yeah, it slaps.
Does it have normal milk or oat milk?
Oat milk.
Oat milk. See, I be fucking up. They got their own brown sugar shaken espresso.
Mm-hmm.
Wait till I tell Marla, man. Yeah, I've been fucking those up. Anyway, though, back to the Steelers. All right, so obviously it's okay to be wary based on the Steelers of the past. Like you would just be, if you touch a hot stove and you burn the fuck out of your hand, you're going to be careful when you touch a hot stove. You're not even going to touch the hot stove, right? That's what the Steelers have taught us. The Steelers have taught us that this doesn't matter because how we finish is what matters. And how we finished isn't very good. But we're sitting here 3-1, kings of the AFC North, Aaron Rodgers on the team, defense highest paid. Defense has an aging TJ Watt and aging Cam Hayward. Patrick Queen, I don't want to say he's aging, but he's kind of doing his thing. We have a lot of veterans on the defense. You look at the wide receiver room. Calvin Austin is cool. Calvin Austin is doing his thing. DK Metcalf is running 1,000,000 miles per hour. But past that, man, listen, people are starting to catch on. And I don't want to, trademark this. I don't want to count my chickens before they hatch. I don't want to take credit for slandering somebody. I don't want to take credit for being first on the train. But Pat Freiermuth, man, he's not a weapon. He's not. Can we be honest, please? And he's out here missing blocks, and Boswell's getting his kick blocked. If we're thinking okay, we have weapons because we have Muth. We have weapons because Roman Wilson does not see the field. Roman Wilson doesn't play. And for whatever reason, I was high on Wilson going into the season. I wasn't the highest on him when he drafted him. But I had faith in the guy, right? I wanted Roman Wilson to be good. I wanted it to work out. But it's not. It's really not. There was a play in the game where it was Rodgers threw the ball to Scotty Miller, which hilarious in itself. Not too much on Scotty Miller, but he throws the ball to Scotty Miller, and I heard the announcer say "Oh, Scotty Miller, that's his first target of the game," and I'm just thinking, why? Why? What do you guys think? Is this? I feel like we are good enough that if there is any wide receiver out there, maybe not any, but I've seen Olave tossed around a little bit. I've seen, the Packers, they have a plethora of wide receivers. There are teams that are eventually going to start, trading people. Do we need to hop on the wide receiver train? What do you guys think?
I think so.
I don't think so. Mm-hmm. You can put Tyreek there. You can put Cooper Kupp. You can put anyone you want there. No, the second position. Well, I guess that would be third position is screwed. That should be Roman Wilson's position right there. Number 3. I don't know what the Steelers have against him. I understand he was injured the first year, and they said he didn't learn the playbook fast enough, or whatever. But he should be playing now. He's healthy. There's no reason not to. He showed off in preseason. Let him play. Back to your Pat Freiermuth topic, Isaiah. I agree.
Stinks.
I don't think he'll be good with another team, but with our team, he stinks. Thank you. Arthur Smith likes John Smith a lot more. In my opinion, trade him and Highsmith away.
Highsmith. Oh, I didn't even mention Nick Herbig. Nick Herbig.
I've been a Nick Herbig fan from the
Brenden,
start, bro.
You know this. Do I gotta say anything? You know,
you have been trying to trade Highsmith for
trying to trade Highsmith is a bit much, but I just mentioned it that the day was coming. For now, let's keep it on mute for now. Let's keep it on mute because I don't want to leave the mute point. And maybe even to what Jimmy said with this whole Roman Wilson thing. Why? I shouldn't say why. Why aren't we playing him? What is the?
I have no idea.
No,
I genuinely don't know.
I'm being 100% serious when I say this. Okay. So don't think I'm trolling. I am kind of trolling, right? For the live stream. Does Mike Tomlin have a daughter?
No.
Does Mike? He only has sons, right?
I think so. Yeah.
He has a wife. Is Roman Wilson in Mike Tomlin's wife's DMs?
Or is he gay? He's in his son's DMs.
Maybe, right? What is the reason why Roman Wilson is not playing? That's what we're trying to figure out here. Maybe it's a bet or something. Maybe Mike Tomlin is gambling. He has all of his unders, and it's not just Mike Tomlin. Maybe there's other sons on the team that Roman Wilson is DMing. This is a crazy narrative, but we're here. Maybe it's other reasons why Roman Wilson isn't playing. But to me, I can't fathom it. It just does not make sense to me why Scotty Miller is out there. Ben Skowronek is out there. And Ben Skowronek, I've learned, I've come around. The guy's a dog. He's a gadget player. And we do have Connor Hayward as well. Connor Hayward, I promise we're gonna get back, but Connor Hayward just be getting absolutely slandered. People think he actually does. I mean, he might suck, right? He might stink. But there's players that stink all the time. But it's literally because Cam Hayward wanted a new contract. Now Connor Hayward is just like a nepotism baby or whatever. It's just crazy. But yeah, man, I just don't get it. And like, Jimmy, I see what you're saying with like, okay, like we have Roman Wilson, just play him. But we're 4 weeks into it, and like we're not. Like we're not. I just don't. So if we're not gonna play Roman, why not try to upgrade the position? Aaron Rodgers is 62 years old, and as of now, playing okay football, especially when the offensive line is blocking a little bit, especially when Broderick Jones has a bounce back game. By the way, Broderick Jones, Big Ben slandering you, did absolutely fantastic numbers on my TikTok. I have 200,000 views on this Big Ben. I just took it. Like, I just took it. I do all this content for myself. I edit myself. I fucking do all this shit. All I needed to do was fucking screen record a Big Ben podcast, and bang, there we go. Big Ben. Shout out to Big Ben, friend of the show. We need to get him on the podcast.
Thanks.
But yeah, man, like Aaron Rodgers is here. He's old. He's like, playing the best he's gonna play. The defense is old. They're playing the best that they're gonna play. Hopefully can get a little bit better, especially with Joey Porter Jr. coming back. I think if Olave specifically, I'm not really sure. But if there is anything out there, and we are trying to do it, we're trying to be a good team. I just don't see why we don't go out and get a different weapon. We just need to be aggressive. And like I said, with how we finished in the past, maybe we don't need to be aggressive because the Arthur Smith playbook is just going to fall out. The offensive line is just going to turn to shit, and the defense is just going to give up 1 million points. But right now we're living in the moment. And right now we're 3-1. We're running the AFC North. The Bengals, they're dead. The Browns, they were dead on arrival. And the Ravens, them being ass is kind of new. So I think we need to take full advantage of this and get the best talent we can get. And before we leave the Steelers, right? Because Jimmy mentioned the whole Alex Highsmith thing. Nick Herbig playing out of his mind. He's definitely more than a rotational piece. He is the situation of us just suffering from success. Now trade Alex Highsmith, Brenden. That's been something I've thought about before. But at some point we just need Herbig to play. Now, if that means like we put him at another position when Highsmith comes back, because Highsmith is a baller too. He really is. And Herbig is cool. Highsmith is cool. Is it the TJ Watt effect? Because we're talking about Bud Dupree. We're talking about Alex Highsmith. We're talking about Nick Herbig. We're talking about fucking Jack Sawyer. We're talking about, player we're going to sign 2 years from now when we still have TJ Watt on the team. Maybe it's all revolved around TJ Watt too. And guys, I just thought about this. Highsmith is making a decent chunk of money, but he has this injury thing, right? If Nick Herbig keeps balling like this and he hasn't been paid yet, we might be able to get a little bit more for Herbig than we would, Highsmith. But that's just neither here nor there. Let's keep all the Steelers except for Muth. But yeah, the Steelers were the best. We need another wide receiver too. Why are you laughing, Brenden?
Except for me.
Like, because you guys, I've been saying this.
No, we didn't have to give it a Muth on it.
Thank you.
Because he'll have value. Like, we can get something from him.
Yeah,
probably
a 6th round pick.
I think we can. If Chase Claypool was a second,
that was insane. But people have been coming around to the whole Muth thing, and I definitely did patent it. Like whenever, and Jimmy, I remember arguing with you about Darnell Washington because Darnell, all he does is block. He can still block. Why do we have Jonnu Smith? Like, why do we have any of these guys if we're not going to use them? It's the same thing with Roman Wilson. We have Roman Wilson, but yeah, he doesn't play. We have Muth, and like we don't even throw him the ball. Maybe he doesn't get open. I don't know. We just don't throw him the ball. And maybe on like the I don't know, the Vikings or some shit, they have Hawkinson, but like maybe on a different team, Muth will get the ball. He'll be like this tight end 62 or whatever he actually is. But yeah, we got to figure that out. We got to get some more weapons. We got to expand the offensive game because imagine if we could actually just go out there and put up points. Like I said, like. The whole Kenneth Gainwell thing, we were running the ball down the Vikings' throat. That seemed to work. But imagine if we could just hit him with a play action and get the ball in a Calvin Austin or, another wide receiver's hands or DK Metcalf. Because eventually they're going to start doubling DK. I can't believe.
Question, have you thrown a deep ball this season yet?
I want to say in week 1. I don't think like a super duper deep. There was the one where Rodgers threw it off balance to Muth. And he fucking dropped it. Yeah. But yeah, I don't think we've seen like a Russell Wilson moonball coming out of this team yet. But speaking of weapons, right? Speaking of weapons, the Pittsburgh Steelers used to have another weapon by the name of Mr. George Pickens. And the thumbnail of the video, low-key, when this video is done, I want you guys to go and look at this thumbnail I made. Low-key, it's not like that hard. I literally just took a picture, but I'm pretty not proud of the thumbnail. But anyway, George Pickens and the Dallas Cowboys, they had quite the game last night. As you can see, Pickens had 8 receptions, 134 yards, 2 receiving touchdowns. I don't necessarily want to talk about him relating to the Steelers because we've moved on. As soon as I got the poster, we trade the guy. We moved on. He's doing his thing in Dallas. I more so want to talk about the Cowboys in general, right? And then also the Packers, because there was a lot of hype going into the season about the Green Bay Packers. And I don't think they've necessarily lived up to it. They tie the Cowboys, and then they also lost last week to the Browns, right? Mm-hmm. And then the Cowboys, they're coming off of, trading Micah Parsons, acquiring George Pickens, but like trading Micah. It's like, what are they doing? But what do you guys think about the Packers? Are they frauds?
I think it's a team full of number 2 wide receivers.
The Packers?
Yeah.
Do you
they
think
don't know who number 1 is? So.
Would they be willing to trade one of those number 2 wide receivers to the Steelers?
Would they? Probably. Would it be costing an arm and a leg? Yes.
I don't think so.
They're all super young and playing well, so.
But like they're not. I guess you don't really. They wouldn't really pay, or we don't really pay for like, oh, you're not using him, so like let's just get him for a 5th.
And hey, let's also think about Christian Watson is not back yet. That was one of Jordan Love's number 1, number 2 targets last season. So that's they still have time to get better.
Mm-hmm. And he was someone who was looked at kind of highly, Christian Watson, when he played. Brenden, what are the Cowboys up to? Why'd they trade Micah?
I don't know, honestly, because other than the last week where they kind of got stomped by the Bears, I feel like they can put up some points, but their defense is where they're struggling. And I feel like I think their corners are definitely not playing as good as they should be. But their offense is offensing, and I kind of figured it would, because I people were assuming George Pickens are the meme, he's gonna crash out by week 5, not targets. But I don't know. I thought he was a good. He's like honestly, I think he's the best wide receiver 2 in the game right now, because he's as we saw the graphic, he's their wide receiver 1 this game. That's how he plays. Like him and CD, that's I think that's the best duo in the league right now. I mean, of course, there's AJ Brown and Devontae Smith that are close, but these are 2 like 100% wide receiver 1. And last year, like he was he's a DK Metcalf. He was the one player on offense that we could just go to, Everett Pickens is down there somewhere. And so yeah, Javonte Williams, he's been stepping up. I don't know if he can maintain that throughout the entire season, but if he can, I think the Cowboys do have a decent offense. So yeah, I guess the bridge was kind of burnt, but it's a shame that happened. I wasn't really the highest on the Packers either going into the season. When they got Mike, I was like, okay, but I guess we'll see.
Ooh, Karth, what's up? I sat Pickens and Kenny G in fantasy this week. Hold on. Speaking of fantasy football, Karth, what's going on, bro? Welcome to the stream. The Zayas in Rick's Fantasy League. I want to tell you guys my lineup. And had I have just made a parlay on my entire fantasy football lineup, I literally would be the richest man in the world right now. Because I have Jalen Hurts, Justin Fields, both of them 8. But then my wide receivers, we got George Pickens, touchdown. He had 2 of them. Marvin Harrison had a touchdown finally. And then my running backs, we had Omarion Hampton. We had Ashton Genty. Dalton Kincaid had a touchdown. All 3 of them, they had literally I put up 191 points in this league. And so, Karth, you sit in Pickens, that's super tough. But I don't think, what the hell? What the fuck was that? Jimmy, this guy, Jimmy, man, is there an earthquake going on? What is, we're putting him on full screen. That sounded like it sounded like we were the controller and it was rumbling. What the hell was that?
I was just spamming my space button.
Spamming your space button. I don't know what's
That
going on.
wasn't loading. So.
Karth should have spammed freaking he should have spammed George Pickens in the lineup. I wanted to show this because we were talking about the Cowboys game. Dak Prescott. This right here is an incredible throw to me. And also Jalen Tolbert, a wide receiver who would probably start on the Pittsburgh Steelers. We didn't give Dak Prescott any MVP looks, and low key, Dak he's so weird, man. Not him, but like how he's thought about, how he's talked about when it comes to NFL discussions. Because I think Dak is like really, really fucking good. But he's just on this Cowboys team that's cursed. They just can't get over the hump. But they have and the Packers, maybe they're not as good as once thought of, right? As Jimmy just finishes the coffee. Maybe they're not as good as once thought of. But the Cowboys, they have no business being in this game at all. They have no business. The Cowboys should be tanking. But when you have, Jalen Tolbert and fucking George Pickens out there, you just give yourself a chance. And then having a quarterback like Dak Prescott, you're always going to be giving yourself a chance. So maybe we should have been giving him some MVP looks. I know a lot of people hate Dak Prescott simply because of the fact that he's on the Dallas Cowboys. But potentially could be a Pittsburgh Steeler one day, maybe. We'll have to see, because we just keep signing these old ass quarterbacks or whatever. Not too much on Aaron Rodgers, not too much on Russ, which, by the way, Russell Wilson, he got to play a little bit last week due to, I think, injury or something like that. And speaking of, I don't know, what should we talk about first? Should we talk about the Giants or should we talk about the Dolphins? Since it happened tonight, we're going to talk about the Dolphins. Oh, Jimmy's calling a timeout. Jimmy had ISO.
Real quick, I think Dak doesn't get a lot of talk anymore, but I see him as this generation's Phillip Rivers. Thoughts?
Okay.
He can sling it. He has all these passing yards, but what has he done in the playoffs?
Not really much.
Not much.
Do you think it has to do with?
Not much.
Do you think it's the era?
Yeah.
Because you think about Phillip and he had Breeze, he had Rodgers, Big Ben, Brady, Peyton. Dak, he has Mahomes, Lamar, Josh Allen, maybe even Herbert, who stunk it up. Jalen Hurts. Who else? I mean, maybe he's just stuck in a weird era. He was really good, but then other quarterbacks started out hooping, and then also, I don't know. It's kind of weird because the Cowboys, they kind of are not the Cowboys. I'm trying to say the Cowboys were once stacked. The Cowboys were once really good. Now not so much. Brenden, please get a bigger water bottle. Now not so much. But he hasn't had the greatest things. And Dak forgot to kneel and stop the clock and let the game end in the playoffs. I know what you're talking. That was against the Packers, right? Cowboys and Packers just be putting up banger games. I remember that. That was when they did the QB draw or whatever, and low key the refs were kind of bobbling that ball. It was a stupid play call. Obviously no timeouts. The clock's running down. You probably shouldn't call that. But I don't think they got a good amount of yards, and I guess he forgot to kneel or whatever. And then in that game specifically, last night, I heard that the Packers, they had some pretty shitty clock management. So it is what it is. Now, Dak Prescott, Phillip Rivers, Dak Prescott, Kenny Pickett. It is what it is. We'll figure out where Dak ranks eventually. But in terms of relating everything to the Steelers, because I think I'm going to go for that tonight. I think I'm going to relate everything to the Steelers. There was two games played today, and the NFL. How do you guys feel about the two games on Monday? Just before we really get into it, how do you guys feel about that?
Don't like it.
I don't like it either. I think it's dumb.
I don't really like it either.
It's just too much. And then next week, are they doing another international game on Thursday? It's going to be in the morning. The Vikings are part of that.
I'll have it Thursday, but they are.
It's Sunday.
I'm not Thursday. It's Sunday. Thursday. Stupid too.
Yeah, London. So, Vikings going from Ireland to London.
It's dumb to put them on at the same time. It's okay when you stagger them so you can watch. I like that too. But I'm just so used to the one game on ESPN, Monday Night Football. But everything is a money grab. Like the NFL, they just cannot make enough money. It's impossible for them to make enough money.
For me, what I like?
What do you like?
I like the Friday games when they
Friday
occasionally have. Yeah, we have like Thursday night football and we have Friday night football. I think we started it week 1.
Mm-hmm. And then they just let it go because like the Friday game that was the Brazil game, right? With the Chiefs Chargers this year. That was
why don't you like Friday?
Jimmy's shaking his head.
No, Friday night football is supposed to be for the high schools. Can't change my mind. I don't care if college is on, NFL is on. It's for college football. It's for high school football.
It's a solid point. High school football pretty big.
Well, college games are on Friday.
Like the freaking D4s, yeah.
No.
I understand there is some college football games on Fridays, but
Jimmy, if Pitt were to play the University of Pittsburgh, right, their college, what day would they play?
Saturday.
Oh, they would play. Okay, so they're not D4.
No,
they're big D1. Okay.
They're D1.
What about Penn State? What day they playing?
Well, with that head coach. On Wednesday, bro.
Let's get our shit up.
Penn
State is horrible.
They can't beat anybody. Like anyone good, they can't beat.
They just can't do it. All they do is produce mute. Relating everything to Steelers and Micah. Brenden, what happened to the Micah Parsons in the locker room? All right, don't answer that. Anyway, all right. So back to Monday night, right? There's 2 games, and there's been some talks. The Miami Dolphins, they came away with a win. So that's the headline. Miami, they finally win a game. I don't think that they were the worst 0-3 team out there. Obviously, the Saints are fucking horrible. I don't think that their record was vindicative to how they really are. But they finally get a win. Justin Fields, he comes back, former Steeler as well. He plays pretty good, but the Jets, they're mid. The Dolphins win a game. However, there was something that happened in this game tonight. And low-key, I don't really want to show it, but it's already up, and I'm sure a lot of people are going to see it. I'm going to go ahead and play this for you guys. There was an injury. Are you guys aware of the injury?
No.
I am, yeah. I may have saw it before.
Jimmy, you're not aware?
Mm-mm.
You don't know who got hurt?
Mm-mm.
Really?
Dead ass.
Okay, I want you to take a look at this, okay? You peeping? Oh, hold on. I know it's I don't think I can zoom. Yeah, oh. Wait. Okay, you're going to have to zoom in, okay? You ready?
Who am I watching?
That's not good. Can I zoom that in? I think it's the best I can get it.
Up there.
Ladies and gentlemen, R.I.P. Tyreek Sneed. Tyreek Hill absolutely fucking murdered his leg live on the Monday Night Football game today. So T's and weird jersey combinations. So T's and P's to Tyreek. He is likely done for the season. Honestly, likely done as a Miami Dolphin. Now, for it to end that way is kind of shitty. Clearly shitty. Obviously, you never want injuries to happen to a player. And he was somebody who, relating it to the Steelers, he was somebody who maybe the Pittsburgh Steelers were going to go out and get. Now, to me, as always, unrealistic. I thought it was a bit crazy, especially given his cap hit, especially, how he's carried himself, I guess, like these past couple of seasons. He's been kind of like, full of drama. And then like we just got rid of Pickens. So like, why would we bring in Tyreek Hill if like George Pickens was too much? So there was all of that. But the moral of it is Tyreek Hill is done. But the Dolphins, they do come away with a win. So, I mean, from that, I wish Rick was here to kind of talk about it. I don't know how you feel about it as a Dolphins fan. Like, obviously you win, but, now you don't have Tyreek Hill for the rest of the year. And then there is this video, right? And, like, low-key, like, this is the caption. Tyreek Hill is ecstatic. He doesn't have to play with Tua anymore. So I'm going to play this video, too. Low-key, I don't think this is actually what's happening, but, like, he's like, smiling. He's clapping about it. He's, like, waving goodbye. So, like, it seems like he's in relatively good spirits. Also, this is like third quarter. This is coming straight out of halftime. Tyreek Hill. So like they're saying like he's happy he doesn't have to play with Tua anymore. To me, not memeing because I've seen nobody make this point. It's like literally all memes and all like clowning on the Dolphins and Tua sucks and Tyreek Hill sucks and blah blah blah. To me, I think that because apparently he dislocated his knee. That was the injury. And I think, I think he was told, maybe one, he's like also just trying to hype up the team, but I think he was told, hey, it like looked way worse than what it is. To me, because when you first see this, it's like your leg is gone. Like they're gonna have to amputate you. Like no bullshit. Like when you first see it. So maybe, the doctors tell him like it'll be, all right. Yeah, I think he was showing people he was okay, and they probably gave him some pain meds, low key. They probably gave him some pain meds. Jimmy's calling a timeout. I think he wants to ISO again.
So real quick, sorry to interrupt you, but I just want to talk about one quick thing. Fantasy Football League, my work one. 0-3. I was down by about 26 points, 27 points. Justin Fields came in, did his job, won by 0.26 points.
Won by 0.26.
For the first win of the season.
What, Brenden? Why are you laughing, Brenden?
Fuck Tyreek Hill for a second. My fantasy team. Rip Tyreek Hill from my fucking
fantasy. Play with his fucking homie. That's what's gonna happen. So.
You were 1-2, right? Or 1-3? Or 0-3. You were 0-3.
On the turn back? Can you come back? So if you can come back, can the Ravens come back?
Higher chance of making the playoffs. Jimmy's fantasy football team or the Baltimore Ravens?
Yeah, they got Jerry's team or the Ravens.
That team's actually pretty stacked. I don't know what's going on.
Your team. I've seen your team. Your team is actually kind of stacked. Yeah, the Ravens. No, if they don't have Lamar, they're done. For sure.
Yeah.
Like, no Lamar.
That's my quarterback in the league.
Oh, Lamar.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Streets are saying Lamar quit. If we want to kind of, transition. Streets are saying Lamar quit. And yeah, the Baltimore Ravens, they're sitting at 1-3. Obviously, before the season started, we were relatively high on the Ravens, all three of us. And it has just not fucking worked out in their favor as they get absolutely fucking shellacked by the Kansas City Chiefs, who, kind of speaking about them, they needed to win desperately. The Chiefs needed to win really bad. But are you panicking right now if you're a Ravens fan, you think?
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially they have led up over 30 points to every opponent that isn't the Cleveland Browns. But the other three opponents, Chiefs, Lions, Bills. Tough slate.
There are some good teams.
So
does their schedule get any easier? I mean, they've already got those teams out of the way.
Well, next week they have the 1-3 Texans. They should take care of that, but they're in desperate need. And then they got the Rams. That's no easy task either. But I'm not gonna go through their whole schedule, but it does get a little easier, especially with the Burrowless Bengals and whatnot.
Right.
But they still gotta play us twice. So
is there a possibility we win the division?
The Steelers?
Yeah.
Is there a possibility? We are gonna win the division. What do you mean? That's a reality. I think.
I don't remember our slate of games. But I know last year we weren't going to win it because 8 crazy weeks back to back to back.
But we could have looked a little bit better down the stretch. Like nobody thought we were going to go 0-16 or whatever down the stretch. We kind of had the division. But the Bengals, no Joe Burrow, they're done, and the Browns are absolutely done. It's the Steelers' division to lose for sure. So we can count the Browns out. I low-key want to count the Bengals out, and so it's just on the Ravens and what's going on with Lamar. Because if Lamar misses however many games, they're not going to be pretty good with Cooper Rush. They're just not. And maybe they go out and get a Russell Wilson. Maybe they go out and get somebody else. But it is 100% the Steelers' division to lose, for sure. And they can't guard anybody. The Ravens, they can't guard nobody. And so I guess, they got to wait for Jair Alexander maybe to get healthy or something. I've seen they have this other corner, not Nate Wiggins. I think Chidobe Awuzie, who Shannon Sharp actually said this. Apparently he is his name is just open or whatever. His nickname is throw it to him because he can't guard anybody. And I don't know how they are getting to the passer. I don't know if they can pass rush or whatever. Obviously it's the Baltimore Ravens, so you just assume that they can play defense. But we're living in an era where you can't assume anything. And so the Ravens, they're nowhere close to being good right now. So I definitely think you should be panicking if you are a Ravens fan for sure. And then Brenden sent me this. This is Lamar Jackson against the Chiefs every game. And I don't even know what this is.
What is going on,
So I mean, every time Lamar has to play Patrick Mahomes, he just slips off the table and falls back. I don't know. Oh man, it's not a good time to be a Baltimore Ravens fan. And we pray for him. We don't, but we say we do. And speaking of prayers, we were just talking about injury. The New York Giants, they got a win yesterday. But Malik Neighbors, better receiver than Nico Collins, Malik Neighbors, he has torn his ACL. So he's out for the season. But at the same breath, Jackson Dart looked kind of good.
Mm-hmm.
Jackson Dart was kind of hooping. He looked confident. Scatabo as well. He looked pretty good. And the Giants, they beat the Chargers, who I believe were undefeated. They take down the Chargers.
CTE himself.
Literally, like I saw a video of him and like his jersey was like dirty, and like they play on turf, and like there was no rain, and like there's like literally no reason for his jersey to be dirty, but like it's just dirty because the guy is a dog. And so the Giants, they turn up. Maybe they'll be able to turn their season around a little bit. And obviously the Chargers, fucking frauds that they are. Justin Herbert, I've been talking so highly about him. Dude can't even beat the New York fucking Giants. And cost me a parlay. That's cool though. Anyway, the Giants, they get their win. The Chargers, they lose. Another game I kind of want to talk about, and I wanted to show this because I actually thought this was insane. A lot of talk has been happening or surrounding the Philadelphia Eagles and the whole tush push thing. We did a tush push today relating it to the Steelers. We did a tush push yesterday. But did you guys see this play? So they're lining up for the tush push, and instead of normally, doing what they do, they actually do a fake tush fucking push, and they hand it off to Saquon, and this is going to be a touchdown. I want the Eagles to lose so bad, honestly. Like this is I guess like I'm literally just being a hater at this point because it's not the Steelers doing this. If I was the Eagles, like if I was the Eagles fan, I guess I would be a little bit more excited about it. But we're all hoping that the Eagles lose. Honestly. But for now, they got into a shootout with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And Tampa Bay, they held it a little bit. I think the final score ended up being like 25-30 something. They held around a little bit. I guarantee them. The guarantee is 1-3. The guarantee is looking like Jimmy's fantasy football team. But yeah, the Buccaneers, they go down. I also wanted to show this. This is Egbuka here. Rookie wide receiver, probably going to, I should have maybe won rookie of the year. I don't know. But this was, God damn, Baker Mayfield. My offensive player of the year, Baker Mayfield. This was a fucking sick throw right here on the run, down 24-6. Needed to happen. He just fits it into Egbuka, and he's just able to take it all the way. I believe Egbuka has scored in every game this season. Aaron doing the Superman pose during the touch. Oh, I see that. I have the Aaron. That was pretty sick. But yeah, Egbuka, he makes a pretty good play here, but the Eagles, they do come away with the victory. So I believe that they're 4-0. The Tampa, are they 2-2 now? Tampa might be 2-2 at this point. They might be the best 2-2 team. Oh no, the Tampa's 3-1. They're 3-1. Yeah, Tampa's 3-1. So they go out and there do their thing. Some other games talking about it. The Colts, they finally go down. They lose to the Rams in kind of a I don't know, back and forth game. The game, like I'm telling you, the Colts we were sleeping on the Colts. And I wanted to show this because I want some opinions, right, about this play. I want some opinions. I want to know how far your fist would be inside of the television if this happened to the Pittsburgh Steelers. So Daniel Jones, Jimmy's comeback player of the year, Daniel Jones, 11 for 16, 91 yards and an interception. Daniel Jones, he backs up. He's going to find Adonai Mitchell, who makes a fucking tough contested catch and hits him with a spin move to pretty much break away. And this is a touchdown every single time, except he fucking fumbles the ball out of the gosh darn end zone. He fucking fumbles the ball, and instead it goes from a touchdown. It goes from a touchdown to a fumble and a touchback for the Rams. And so it goes from, being 7 points for the Colts. It goes from that to the Rams, I believe, getting possession of the football, because you can see they have like a close up here. You can see Adonai, he's like literally right there. He literally has, all he has to do is hold on to it, and he fucking drops the ball right out of the end zone. And I'm telling you, if this was the Pittsburgh Steelers and we ended up losing this game because of that, Adonai Mitchell would be getting traded for a 7th round pick to the Pittsburgh Steelers. If this was my team, because I think the Colts, they got to just cut him loose. Honestly, they got to let him go, because this play is so good. Other than that, like, this play is so good. The tough contested catch, the rack ability, the like spin move and everything. The cameraman, he gets kind of kicked in the face. Speaking of cameraman, that ball boy against Pitt, that was so unbelievable. That was crazy. But yeah, this pissed me all the way off. And the Jonathan Taylor, he gets a touchdown and they call it back for holding. The Colts, they kind of threw this game away. The Rams, they do come away with the victory. So they're like little, I don't want to say little, but their like Cinderella run kind of ends there. Some other games kind of talking about it. The Panthers got absolutely fucking shellacked by the Patriots. I thought this was kind of crazy. I didn't really expect this to happen.
It's over, unfortunately. Bryce Young is not it.
He's not it? Like, he sucks?
He's not it. He can only play against the Falcons, is
That's
what the streets are saying. Only the Falcons.
Only the Falcons? Like, that's his only team he can beat?
Only team. And it's over.
The Bears, they end up making it a close game with the Raiders 25-24. Ashton Genty, I believe, a 3-touchdown performance out of him. He had 1 on the ground and then 2 receiving. I also had, 140 yards for Genty. Maybe he's finally come alive. The Boise State player right there, Bluefield. And apparently he went back to Geno Smith, 3 interceptions. It's about to be Kenny Pickett season. Apparently Ashton Genty went back to like the standing straight up stance that he used to do in college. And he does that for 1 game. And this is like what it's worth. And so, maybe you go back to that if you are Genty.
Got an Aura farm.
Got an Aura farm, ladies and gentlemen. Got an Aura farm, got a clip farm. The fucking Bengals. Why don't you guys just fucking collapse your team? If the Bengals and Browns like combine their team, they would still pick top 5 in this year's draft for sure. One of them is going to get Lenore Sellers this year, which is funny because the Browns, they have like 9 different quarterbacks. The Browns, they get slapped by the Lions. The Bills, it was kind of close for a second against the Saints and then nothing. The Titans, they fucking go scoreless. They're 0-4. They're horrible too. The Texans, what's his name? CJ Stroud, maybe he's back. Whatchamacallit, Nico Collins, 79 yards. Jaquavius Marks, I don't even know who this is, but you see 50 yards and a touchdown there, and then on the ground, he had a touchdown there as well, 70 yards. He did his thing. Dalton Schultz, I forgot he was there. Jaden Higgins as well, the rookie, he gets a touchdown. Christian Kirk, I did not know was on the Texans. But there he is, Mr. $70 million man, Christian Kirk. All in all, a pretty weird week in the NFL, truthfully. Oh, and then the Seahawks and Cardinals is actually kind of crazy. The whole kickoff rule kind of came into effect during this game because like you have to kick it in this landing zone, and I guess they missed the landing zone at the end there, and then like it caused it to be a penalty or whatever, and like they got great starting field position, the Seahawks did, and it really didn't take much for them to I guess drive the ball down or whatever. And then Marcus Mariota couldn't get it done against the Falcons. Everybody having their best, or I guess not everybody, but 27 points still for Mariota, like
with no McLaurin either.
No Scary Terry either. 27 points out of Washington. That's still pretty good. Definitely a winnable game for them, but the Falcons, they end up coming away with it 2-2 on the year. The lefty Penix, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Bijan gets a touchdown. Drake London, 110 yards. Damn, Bijan, 100 yards in the air too. Kyle Pitts, 70 yards and a touchdown. Kyle Pitts back?
Maybe.
No. Are we good? No.
No.
Mute for Pitts straight up.
Yeah. Same player.
Same player. Damn.
I mean, low key, they both like haven't hit their potential. Their like said potential.
Right. But okay, so Kyle Pitts, like he had all of this hype previous college. Muth, I mean, he was a 2nd round pick, but Muth, I feel like kind of earned. He garnished this hype as his season or as his career went on. Like he didn't always like get looked at as like this really great tight end by Steelers fans. He kind of earned it through his play. Kyle Pitts like started up really high up. I believe he was a 4th overall pick.
Yeah. That is crazy.
Maybe he's back. I don't know. the Jaguars, they get it done against the 49ers. The title of the video, the Cowboys and Packers, they tie the game. Are ties dumb? Let's finish it there. How do you guys feel about ties in the regular season?
Dumb.
They are dumb. Yeah.
Is it college that does the 2-yard line, the 2-point conversion?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, they just have like a shootout.
Yeah, I like the idea.
Right.
Yeah. I'd do that.
Mm-hmm. So you're saying you guys would just like them to just play until everybody gets CT?
Yep, I like that idea, and I like the idea of each team has their own color penalty flags.
What? So like no yellow?
No.
So like if it
would ours be yellow or would it be black?
Like I guess like ours would be either black or yellow. The other team would be a different color, or home team be a standard color like a white, and the away team be yellow. Challenge flag still be red, but so we know who's the penalties on.
And I've never heard this before, Jimmy.
I've never heard it. It's an interesting idea, though.
You're at home cooking. Maybe shit. That's not the worst idea. Maybe
it's like I see a flag. I don't know if I'm supposed to be pissed off or happy. I can
yeah.
Oh, come on.
Well, all right. So imagine, right? Because like refs, they have both of them.
Yeah.
Like they would have both colors. So imagine like they throw it and then like, oh shit, like wrong team, and so like you get hyped, like, oh, it's a penalty, and the ref like picks it up and like drops the other one. How pissed you? I'd be pissed. And I feel like if you throw the wrong flag, you got to stand with it, right? Like you gotta, like if you fuck up, you just gotta fuck up, you know. Otherwise, you guys got any final takes?
I think us three were like the only ones like to really take the Jags over the Niners. Like I've seen I was seeing pics of people, and a lot of people are taking the Niners, but I'm pretty sure us three took the Jags. Just
the Niners are like injured beyond belief again this year.
Yeah, and the Jags kind of needed that, so I
All right. But I think that is going to do it for us for the stream. Car, thank you for popping out. Thank you for everyone for watching. This is actually a really good episode, I think. We'll be back Thursday night, most likely, to talk about Thursday Night Football and also to preview the upcoming week. We're almost out of September, ladies and gentlemen. It is about to be even spookier than what it already is. This has been Zaya. On the right of me has been Brenden. On the right of him has been Jimmy. This has been some NFL and general talks. And go Steelers, man. The Steelers are going to win the AFC North. And the Ravens, they're done. They need to get a new quarterback. They might as well just trade Lamar to the Pittsburgh Steelers and their wide receivers as well. If any team wants to get their wide... Did that go in?
No. It was short.
It looked like it went in. It definitely
looked like it went in too. I thought it went in.
That was hard. All right. Peace out, guys. Catch you in the next one.